Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey!
and welcome to Side
Hi.
Quest Live.
Hello, friends.
Hey, Rick, what are we going to do this afternoon?
Well, if it sounds a little bit choppy, I will just say we are having a few technical difficulties here and there, so I apologize for that. But what we are doing tonight, we are doing what seems to be our con standby. We are doing a we can't say choose your own adventure because that's a copyrighted book series.
Way to say it anyway.
Well, no, I'm saying we're not doing that.
We're definitely not doing that. We are not doing
Yes.
that.
Certainly not.
Nope. But
I mean, we
what
aren't doing that. We really aren't.
Yes.
That's true.
We're doing
Actually
essentially a pick your own quest game.
We can use the real
And,
name, Cheat Your Own Adventure, if anyone out there wants to play it.
Sure. You could Google that, cheat your own adventure.
Yeah.
So the way this works is very simple. One of us and the group kind of unanimously, because they're assholes, chose me to start. I will start a short story. Maybe give it a minute or so of content. I will end at a certain place, a place where there are some choices to be made. The rest of the group will come up with relatively short options for what we can do, such as hey, bash my aunt over the head with a bat. Turn to page 52. Once we hear them all, I will choose which one I like, and they will roll a dice. We will start off with 1d8, one being bad, the rest being good. If they choose the bad number, or if they roll the bad number, they have to end the story in whatever gruesome way they want, and then I will choose another. If they roll good, they continue the story, and then basically controls moves to them. And each round, the difficulty of the die goes up by 1. So first person has it easy, next person less easy, and so on until there's almost no chance that we are not going to die, end this story.
And Steve may or may not be flickering in and out of reality. So We're all just rolling with that as best we can.
Yes. Steve is having a holy experience in the Sistine Chapel there. All right. So any questions before we get started, guys?
No.
Are you ready to party?
Yeah!
I'm ready to party.
Excellent.
I have cold brew coffee.
I have some spiked lemonade
Cold
here.
and refreshing Bud Light.
Pineapple cider. Oh, do we want to show off our various rolling apparatuses? Because some of us are plugged based for them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead,
using
Mr.
Caverns
Ironton.
and Creatures purple and gold pimp dice. Wow.
Wow, where could someone get one
Some
of
of
those
these
if
might
they
still
wanted
be
them?
available on Amazon.
There we go.
They might still be on Amazon, I'm not sure.
They are. A friend of mine just ordered a set.
Nice.
They look cool as hell.
The rest of you guys.
So what about you, Mr.? I went to Gen Con and bought an awesome thing.
I've shown this
Or
at the last
wherever you went,
A&D Con, but I did pick this custom little dice rolling holder and tray up because, well, it just seemed so appropriate for the podcast, and I'll try and get it where it's not glitching out. Yeah, you can see the turtle. For our new viewers, that might seem completely random, and for our long-term viewers, they are probably screaming at the screen with joy right now.
Hopefully
Or
that's all
horror.
they're doing at the screen.
Joy or horror, also very viable.
I just got a dice tower I picked up on Etsy, but then I personalized it. Some John Luther Davis Fandango art. So it's Fandango, the Fantasticals dice tower of fuckery.
Wow. Those stickers came out bigger than I thought they were.
I am using... So first I have this nice wormwood dice container thing that I've got here, and I've got a nice dice tray that I'm using because I like the nice sound it makes. And I am rolling with this blue and gold little metal die. We'll see how it goes.
And I'm just rolling on Roll20.net because I am a cheap motherfucker, and I do not have I neither have a dice roller nor do I feel like picking up dice off my floor when they inevitably fall off my desk.
Fuck.
All right. So as I said, we might be having some technical difficulties here. Steve is trying to join us. We'll kind of pick up as he is or isn't able to jump in. But other than that, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. Where did I put it? You say to yourself, going through your bathroom, trying to find your comb, trying to find your deodorant. This is the first date you've had in years.
Like
And
you use either of those things.
don't interrupt the fucking story. The first date in years, and the first, you almost didn't know what to do with yourself. You you were just hanging out, grabbing some coffee, and inexplicably, an actual human female started talking to you, and you amazingly seemed to hit it off. So you took a chance. You asked for her digits, firmly expecting to get maced, but somehow you didn't. So now is the big night. So you're getting ready. You're you're looking good. You're smelling tolerable. And now it's time to go and pick her up. What do you do?
How do we decide who goes first?
All right. John, why don't you start us off, and we'll go counterclockwise from there.
All right.
What's the clock?
Counterclockwise.
I don't think the arrangement is the same for everybody.
John, you go first.
I'll pick her.
Okay. You're on the way to pick her up, and you're pulled over by the cops.
Drew.
I attempt to find and steal the Adam West Batmobile to show up in the flyest possible ride.
Joe.
Your car won't start, so jumping out of the door with while tearing your suit jacket on the latch, you hastily dig through the garage until you find the keys to your grandfather's ancient moped. Surely you will win the day with maximum sexiness.
Bob?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that deodorant in one of the cup holders, so that just casually let her know it's there, and yeah. I'm not gonna mention it.
All right. I'm kind of curious to see where the moped goes. Joe, roll it.
All right. That is a 2.
All right. The story is yours.
All right. Digging the moped out of the garage, you slowly pull it out into the driveway, digging your heel into the however you start a moped, and gunning that rotting old engine that belches smoke into the air behind you. As you peel out onto the road, doing a donut in your torn jacket, you slowly drive down the street because mopeds do not actually go that fast, and you are on a goddamn Vespa. You take a turn at the street, barreling through the lights, and it's at that point that you hear the flashing lights. Well, you don't hear the flashing lights. You hear the sound of sirens, and looking over your shoulder, you see a cruiser driven by Dilbert of campus security. All right, do I turn it out now? I think.
Wherever you
Sure.
want to turn it
All
out.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
Dilbert of campus security is coming to pull you over. What do you do? John.
All right, choose people. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Bob, you can go too. Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Go ahead,
ahead,
Bob.
John or Bob?
Go ahead, Bob.
All right. I will. He's gonna pull me over. Instead of I'm ready, waiting for him to ask for license and registration. Instead, I'm gonna hand him that stick of partially used deodorant.
John.
I'm going to ditch the moped and run into the nearest on-campus building, but there's no sign out front, so I don't know what the building is.
All right. Drew.
I'm gonna jump that motherfucker! I'm gonna try to jump the cruiser with the Vespa.
All right, Rick.
I know how like these things work, how cops tend to plant things. So I'm gonna go through my glove compartment, make sure there's no drugs, and if they are, I'm gonna down them really quick.
You're gonna go through the glove compartment of your moped?
Fuck yeah!
Where do you keep your moped gloves, Drew?
Oh shit! Okay.
I don't know where you guys keep your drugs, but
And I'm not telling you either, some motherfucker.
All right. God, there's so many good choices here, but I want to find out what happens when you jump the guy. So, Drew.
roll the dice. We're
8.
at 1 and 2.
I got an 8.
All right.
All right.
All right. You gun that thing, you hit the ramp, and you soar majestically over the cruiser. But it's campus security, so it's a smart car. Like, let's be real here and keep it in perspective. But in your head, you're just like tearing it over, and you slam down, peel out, and Dilbert knows he's been beaten, and he nods at you in respect to the best. And then he flips on the lights and starts to give chase, because that is how that works. But, you know, there was a moment there. There was a shared experience. And you tear off into the nearest building, passing by a bunch of people in suits and sunglasses, despite the, late night time of it. That's a weird one. You go barreling in, and you stumble right into a bunch of people who are standing around looking very panicked. And they say, oh God, are you here to help? There's a bunch of people who are trying to rob this building. What do you do? When in doubt, die hard, motherfuckers. Let's start with Rick this time.
All right. You drive right through those people, knowing that if there's casualties, the cop will be forced to stop and take care of them rather than chase you.
Okay. John.
You jump up onto the seat of the Vespa, and using that added height, you climb into the air ducts going through the building.
All right, I like it. Bob.
All right, you're never gonna top this moment in your life. The only way to probably do this is you're gonna rub one out. You pull out your dick and ride through the crowd.
It's only a matter of time
while giving it a wink.
My God.
Oh, Joe.
Oh Jesus! How to follow that?
How indeed.
Looking around to find the best way to cause a diversion from the robbery, you snatch the lighter out of the hand of someone who's attempting to light a cigarette indoors. Shame on them. You take the lighter, run to the reception desk, grab any and all paper-based objects, and begin furiously setting them on fire in an effort to trigger the sprinkler system.
A lot of good options. A lot of options that might have been a sex crime. But, John vibed on what I was laying down. I got to go with McLean. So, John, roll a D8, and you want to do better than a 3. Or 3 or better. 3 or better. No, wait. Yep. What is it?
You want to do better than a 3.
It doesn't matter because I got a 4.
Okay.
Woo!
All right.
It's your story, bud.
So as you climb into the ventilation shaft, the heels of your rented tuxedo shoes catch and get peeled off, and now you're climbing barefoot through the ventilation shaft. And then you feel something ripping along your back, and a deep line is carved straight down your spine as your shirt is ripped off of you, and you're crawling through the ventilation shaft with no shoes, in only your white tank top. and all you can think is, come out to the coast, we'll have a few laughs, it'll be great. As you are commando crawling through the ventilation shaft, you hear a ruckus below you, and you peer down and see 10 figures, all clad in black tactical gear, surrounding a giant circle that seems to have shimmering light covering the interior surface. And then the vent you're lying on collapses and you crash to the floor. There are 10 men with assault rifles pointed at you, and you are lying on the floor in front of a Stargate. What do you do, Drew?
This is not where I parked my car.
Joe?
I heel kick myself into the air, stand dramatically before them, throw one finger up over my head, and say, I am the Disco King, motherfuckers.
Ah.
Bob?
I'm not gonna get another chance. I'm gonna go for that squirt.
God damn it.
He's a man who knows what he's about.
Rick?
You have to give him that.
All right. Well,
He has a
I want to
brand.
get. I want to get on that date. So, you try to find the nearest two like small animals like rats or like hamsters, and shove your feet into them because you know how Die Hard went with those bare feet. The Stargate, that's their problem.
I appreciate Rick's optimism that he's still gonna get laid tonight.
I also love that
I'm
his
giving
way
up.
of doing that is to jam his feet into the nearest mammals that he can to make
Yeah.
showing up with rat shoes
I'm
is
g-
really gonna go over great.
I'm gonna nut one way or another, but Rick is still going for it.
Yeah, Rick is the eternal optimist, and Rick, you're up.
Let me ask
5
a
or better.
question. Let me ask a question because it's moving actually pretty fast. Do we want to switch to a D12?
Well, remember, as we get closer to the tip of the dice, we're going to start failing more, and that'll add to double ups.
All right then. Rolling a D8. A 3.
Right.
All right, our first
So-
failure of the evening. So, looking around, you realize that there are no small animals because, well, these guys are standing around like with an alien artifact. So thinking to yourself, well, this should be easy. You jump past them into the Stargate, hoping that maybe you'll find some alien head crawlers or such to shove your feet into. Unfortunately, you dive in there and you remember. Oh wait, what was that section? What was that part from Empire Strikes Back with the giant sandworm? Because essentially, the gate leads right into its mouth as it's waiting to swallow you, and thus you miss your date. The end.
Sarlacc.
All right. So
That was Return of the Jedi, not Empire.
Oh yeah, whatever.
All right, Bob.
And I
Roll
believe-
beat up.
Oh shit.
Wait, does he have to beat it? Does it get easier? I think there's a
I
trick to
think
this.
I think it
The
gets
automatic.
Oh, he automatically
Oh.
gets it.
I thought it
Yeah,
was
that's
automatic.
it.
Yeah, automatic.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, Bob's getting his nut.
All right, Bob.
Yeah, finally. All right. Yeah, you've been building up to this ever since you put on that deodorant, and you finally you shoot your wad, and all the black clad figures suddenly their bulges in their bellies, and then suddenly demon babies burst forth from their demon vaginas.
What the fuck?
Next, Joe,
As the demon babies burst forth from the demon vaginas, you realize that it may have been a terrible mistake to leave your dick out. So repocketing that banana, you turn and you run behind the Stargate and start to try and push it over in an effort to drown the demon babies in interdimensional water.
All right, Rick.
Thinking that that jacking off might have impregnated these agents somehow with demon babies. You realize, well, maybe I should try something else. So since you already have your pants down, you kneel down, take a crap, and hope for the best.
Well, this went somewhere fast.
Drew.
Much like Rick, I would have to intuit that somehow the masturbation and the mass birth of demon babies are related. So I would scream, "Gather to me, my children, and we shall march upon the world."
Like where that's going. John.
Without rehammocking your banana, you leap over the onrushing tide of demon babies for the door and sprint back to the laboratory that you first went into, where all of the people were looking for help. Because if anybody can deal with the horde of demon babies, it must be hapless scientists.
Fuck that noise. Drew.
Alrighty. I have to beat a 6 for this one, right? Six or better?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That feels, yeah, it shouldn't be easy to marshal an army of demon babies. I got an 8.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Somehow that works. All right. The demon babies flock to you, their sole remaining parent. Apparently, at some point in this horrible ritual, probably you're supposed to die, but you fucked that up like you fucked up everything else, so why not just ride the lucky break? They gather around you, chomping and gnashing and hissing as you work your pants back up. You gotta conduct yourself. You're a parent now. And you march back out into the area where the mass of burglars are still there, and your demon babies fall upon them en masse, chewing and gobbling and just ripping the would-be heisters to shreds as the people you're saving look on in just absolute horror. You step back outside. Dilbert takes one look at the horrific army and bolts. But you do definitely hear the sounds of real sirens in the distance. And your Vespa is motoring nearby. What do you want to do? You've got an army of demon babies and the cops are closing in. Bob, let's start with you.
All right, I'm going to go to one of these new mothers and just say, hey, how's it going? I know we haven't actually been intimate yet, but we did have a child together.
You mean one of the corpses of the people who burst open when giving birth to these horrible demon babies?
Oh, shit, they burst open? Oh, man. Yeah.
That was your story.
That's fine.
I'll
look for the least bursty of them.
Fair enough.
Okay.
The
Rick.
least bursty.
Continue on to my date like nothing happened, because nothing says pussy magnet like an army of demon babies.
Hey, this is responsibility behind me, all right? This is proof that I am going to show up. John.
I'm not just going to go on to my date. I'm going to carefully apply deodorant to each and every one of my demon babies. Then I'm going to stage dive backwards and have my demon babies bear me triumphant to my date.
Joe.
I'm going to crowd surf demon babies.
I am going to stride towards the oncoming cops with my demon babies at my back, screaming, "I've got a date tonight, motherfuckers! What you gonna do?"
Oh man, I feel like Rick's been working so hard to get us back on this date track. I'm gonna give it to him. If he can roll a 7 or an 8. Let's see if the dice are with him. Rick.
You.
Oh, okay,
You.
sorry. All right. Let's see if the dice are with me.
That
A 3.
All right, Rick, what happens?
Well, you mistakenly think that nothing says checkmate quite like being the master of an army of demon babies. So you show up to the restaurant where your date was, only for the demon babies to swarm everybody there and devour them, including your date.
Oh no.
Leaving you sad, alone, and going home to jerk off. Unfortunately, you can't even do that right because there's an army of demon babies staring at you, and you end up with permanent erectile dysfunction. The end.
Bad end.
Bad end. All right, let's see. Oh, so many options. John, why don't you get us slightly back on track with your slightly more theatrical arrival to the date?
You are born to the address of your date on a writhing tide of demon babies. They flow up the steps to a Catholic church manse, to the rectory, because your date is a preacher's daughter. You
A
ring
Catholic
the bell.
preacher's daughter.
Yeah, baby. You ring the bell. Your horde of demon babies very carefully forming a wall just on the other side of sanctified ground, clamoring against the burn every time they take a step forward. You ring the bell, and your date appears, looks at you, shoeless, shirtless, bonerless, and escorted by a horde of demons. She looks at you and says, I've been waiting for you. Get in here. What do you do? True.
I'm gonna suggest we switch to a D10 to go 10 rounds just to do this timeout appropriately. That sound good?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So this would be round number 7. So 8, 9, 10 to succeed. Okay, cool. All right. So she says, "Get in here." I will turn to my array of demon babies and say, "All right, I'm gonna go in and see what this is about. And while I'm in there, I want you to go steal me the Adam West Batmobile."
All right, Joe.
Before going inside, I turn to my demon children and I say, the time has come to draw the circle of desecration around the entirety of this church. Stay outside the barrier. I don't want to lose any of you, my precious, precious demonic children. Turning, I then proceed inside after her to see what this is about. I've lost the sound.
Yeah, I did not hear John speak on
Bob?
that one at all. Oh, Bob. All right.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're up.
Me? All right. Shit, I've already ejaculated. I need to buy some time. Hello. I seem to have forgotten something in your father's butthole. And I run up the stairs to look for her father.
Rick.
Get all offended at her. Be like, get in there. I want our first time to be special. So I turn away, dismissing her for the harlot she is, and and I tell my demon children, let's go elsewhere and find us a nice girl, one who understands the value of courtship with demon babies.
And mysterious stranger who showed up out of nowhere. Okay, I was just seeing if Steve had gotten sound yet.
All right, Joe. 8, 9, or 10.
All right.
Roll us a d10.
That's a 3.
Bad ending.
All right.
You have to do a bad
tell us a
ending.
bad end.
Is it
Stepping in
Steve?
through the door. Do we have Steve?
We have Steve.
Say something, Steve.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh, excellent. I was gutted.
Have you heard anything that we've been doing?
I have. I've got no idea what's going on.
Perfect.
Demon baby.
You're standing on the steps of a
Outstanding.
Catholic church, escorted by a horde of your demon babies, and your date for the night is the priest's daughter. Joe is going to tell us the bad end story while you come up with what is your good end story.
All right. Stepping inside the building, you suddenly realize that you've made a terrible error. She
A
turns
huge
back
mistake.
towards you, reaches within her robe, and draws out the sword of 10,000 wisdoms.
Oh. That's a lot of
Outside,
wisdoms.
the demon babies are beginning to chant as they draw the circle of desecration and the skies darken. As she holds the sword aloft, she screams, "It is you and I together for the end of all things." Rams the sword into the ground, and a meteor descends from heaven, obliterating the cathedral, your demon babies, and you in a pile of ash and flame.
Wow.
You dead.
Yeah. You did
did
as
dead.
shit.
And that was a good ending.
No, that was the bad
No.
ending.
No, that was the bad
Sounds
ending.
like
That
a
was
good
the-
ending
that
to
was
me.
the bad ending. Good
Actually,
ending.
it-
Up to you.
I don't know. I can top the utter destruction of everything via God Meteor.
You can
guess
try.
good.
No, you just got to keep the story rolling.
A good ending.
No, you don't have to end it.
Oh,
You're
I don't have to.
Yeah,
continuing.
you don't have to end. Yeah, you're the good continuation.
All right. Well, we'll see about good.
Good's escape.
The woman invites you into the church. You ask your demon baby army to stay put, and she says, "Oh, we've been waiting for you. You are the chosen one, and we found a relic of the other times." And she holds up a Nintendo cartridge. It's got Pikmin on it. And says, "This is you, right? You and your army of Pikmin children. You will save us all." And you realize that the woman is clearly insane. But you might be able to turn this to your advantage. And that's all I got.
All right, you
Right,
choose.
So now,
Do you?
No. We
Nope.
do the do you.
All right. So you do.
yeah, you just call on us in order, and we'll tell you, and we'll each make up some bullshit.
All right. Drew.
What's up?
Make up your ending.
You're up.
Or make
Oh.
up your continuation.
Can you do
Your
someone else?
next
I'm
part
trying
of
to
the story.
trouble. We're having some hiccups on the stream. I'm trying to troubleshoot.
That's a terrible ending. Bevan.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Some time has passed. You feel like you might be able to maintain an erection again. So you she seems insane. I work for you. You ask her if she has any peanut butter.
My God.
Best ending. All
We
right,
go in order, Steve. So pick who's next.
Okay. Rick.
All right. You pull out a PlayStation 4 controller because of course you brought one with you on this date. You scream, "Heretic! I'm a Sony man." and you start beating her to death in front of her father and the other churchgoers with
Wow.
this PS4 controller.
Solid. All right, Joe, you got anything that's going to beat that?
Taking the cartridge from her hands, you walk past her, striding towards your destiny. You proceed to plug the cartridge into the altar, and the organ behind it transforms into a gigantic Nintendo Switch. You then begin having successfully completed the first part of the prophecy. You walk forward and begin to attempt to play. However, the knobs and dials are too large for your hands. So you must find another way to activate this device.
John?
You take the cartridge from her hands, remove your pants and underwear, wedge the cartridge firmly between your ass cheeks, walk to the nearest sofa and do a headstand on the sofa a la Mork from Ork. Look between your legs, underneath your dangling ball sack, and say, beep, boop, beep.
Sounds like a completely logical continuation to me.
I can go now whenever you need me to.
It's your turn then.
Okay, cool. I eat the controller, turn into an 8-bit entity, ascend into the sky, and attempt to slay the moon.
Also makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Can you just do that? Oh,
I mean, if I
That's
roll
up to
for it,
you.
I can,
Power.
and you pick it.
Pick which
All
one
right.
you like.
yeah, I want this. See how this slaying the moon turns out.
Well, I
As
have
an
to roll a
8-bit
9 or a 10, so I'm probably not going to succeed. So
Yeah, there's no way that's going to work.
I rolled a 1.
You know.
All right. So you eat the
Right.
controller. You do that part. You grab the controller. You chomp through the plastic and the wiring and the shit inside, and you rise up into the sky as an 8-bit character and extend a blade and start to fight the moon. But that's just in your head as you're going into a horrible, horrible pain and shock as these shred your insides. And you die because you ate a goddamn controller. What did you think was going to happen? The end.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, dare I? Yeah, let's just go for the massacre. Rick, let's see how you do with it.
You scream, Nintendo heretic, and you start bashing her head in with the PlayStation controller as the churchgoers all watch on in horror. And there's silence as you just continue to hammer and hammer and hammer. And then when you finally look up,
It's
you
hammer
see
time?
you see the priest take off his robes, and he's wearing an Xbox shirt underneath. And he says, "It's on, motherfucker." What do you do?
And I think this is the last one, right?
All right. So,
Yeah.
Drew, let's start with you.
I mean, there's only one way to end this fight. I race toward him with my fist raised. He races toward me with his fist raised. And just as the church bell dings overhead like the start of a prize fight, we fade to black. It's the standard Rocky ending.
Ding, ding.
Exactly.
Or dong, dong.
Joe.
I pull forth the sword of 10,000 wisdoms from the interior of her robe. I raise it over my head, and screaming death to all, I rush past him towards the church bell, which begins to transform into a giant golden mecha.
I want this to be part of Authors and Dragons CYOA lore. So
Oh,
when he
God.
takes off his robes, he's wearing the shirt, but he's not wearing pants. So I rush over, reach into his ass. And that's where I find a treasure map.
Oh my God.
Steve, what do you got for us?
Despite having bludgeoned her to death, and having no idea what her intentions were for you, now that you're under threat, you do see the wisdom in using babies as weapons. So you whistle on your fingers to form the demon babies into a orderly line, and then you just begin throwing them at people, just shot putting them. And you realize the demon babies are as exactly effective a projectile weapon.
Well,
as
don't finish it until we until we get there.
Yeah, you got to
John.
roll to see if yours is real or not.
Yeah.
You
Who
look
you
at his Xbox.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I have. You,
Yeah. Sorry.
You look at his
Sum it
Xbox
up.
shirt in dismay, drop pants to display your proud erection with the word Atari tattooed along the shaft of your penis. And thus the battle begins.
All right, Bob. I'm curious to see what's on that treasure map. So, what does he need to get? Like a 10 or a 9 or a 10, Drew?
A 10.
10.
All right.
Final
All right.
one.
If you roll a 10, it's a good ending. If you roll a 9, it's a bad ending. And somebody else
Let's
gets
see
the
what I
good
got. I rolled a 6.
All right, bad ending.
All right. You. Yes. You look for the treasure map. All you find is immediate flesh-eating gonorrhea.
Oh God! Wow,
Countless.
coming in hot.
That is a bad ending.
Confession.
Yeah.
Confessional sessions and yeah, your arm rots off and then it creeps down your torso and eventually you're nothing but a head until the lights go out.
All
Yeah.
right.
That flesh-eating butthole gonorrhea, man. I don't get you.
All right, John. I'm going to give you the good ending.
No, baby.
Atari-
I'm going
you're
to give
Atari
you the
dick.
happy ending. You feel a sense of holy might as you wield your Atari cock at the Xbox heretic. And you rush towards him in a video game combat sprint where your legs don't actually move, but you fly across the ground. And as you come closest, and as you come almost within striking distance, you raise your fist into the air. Bob, this is for you to keep it canon. And you summon the power glove of Frogbert Downey Jr. And you smite the heretic priest with the frog of destiny. And you destroy the Nintendo heresy. And then you take your Atari dick and you piss all over him. And light your gasoline piss on fire, burning the entire rectory to the ground, and you and your demon babies dance the hokey fucking pokey until dawn.
Oh,
That's very pleasant.
Applause.
There you go.
Applause.
A pleasant family,
Applause.
a nice family story.
If y'all missed
That
our
it- that
at the
did.
movies.
That did get us back to last year's Cheat Your Own Adventure.
Very nice. All right, folks. Thank you all for joining us on this, our very tech-ridden Cheat Your Own Adventure. We are going to go ahead and put a recording of this up on the YouTube a little bit later on. We'll switch it out with the live version. That should have not as many tech glitches from the viewing perspective. So if you had trouble watching this, hopefully you can come back and be able to see it without the issues. We're going to be doing the after hours in a couple of, actually about an hour at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll be doing Jackbox games, which we'll be playing with each other and some folks from our Patreon Discord as the game slots allow. And we will not be trying to stream the Discord window, so hopefully less fuck-ups.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, we'll be back at 7 p.m. for the final after hours to wrap up everything at Authors and Dragons Con. But yeah, thank you all for joining us so far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right.
Bomb.
You guys
We'll
have been
see you at the
awesome.
bar.
Peace
You know,
out.
the quoting one. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.